the Special Diabetes Program for Indians, making progress in the fight against diabetes in the Nashville area. Across the United States, 6.4% of people suffer from diabetes. In Indian country, that rate is 1.6 times higher at 11.4%. But in the Nashville area, the prevalence of diabetes is a staggering 22.6%, 3.5 times higher than the U.S. general population. In 1997, Congress created the Special Diabetes Program for Indians to address the epidemic levels of diabetes in Indian country. Currently funded at $150 million annually, the program is set to expire on September 30th of 2014. The Special Diabetes Program for Indians has made great progress, but there is more work to be done. Reauthorize the Special Diabetes Program this Congress.
Diabetes is it's nothing new to my community. Matter of fact, my mother was the first person I really ever knew that had diabetes, and she wound up having some serious health issues with amputations and all of that, and unfortunately, it is a serious disease that's really impacted my community.
This year, I have had 2 family members that were diagnosed with diabetes, which happen to be the top elders of my family. Not that we were naive that it would never affect our family, but the awareness within our community was pretty minute up until maybe within the last 5 or 6 years.
It's probably the second highest killer amongst our own people. Approximately 36% of our tribal members suffer from diabetes, which from what I understand is 6% higher than the national level.
I have diabetes, so does other members of the family. And at that time, when all of this started, I know it was kind of hard for us to be able to cope with it. So now it's easier for me to go up to our clinic and receive the benefits that we do get from them, even though there's times I'm sure that they wish they could do more than what they're doing.
SDPI dollars are used to work with our tribal members. Unfortunately, we have a serious problem with diabetes, and so it's used at all levels that we can, and it's really made a difference in providing health care and treating diabetes within our community.
The way to help curtail that is preventative, and that's a way of life for all of us. We're trying to teach the young how to eat healthier and teach the middle-aged how to eat better.
Working with them on a nutritional plan and to monitor them throughout the year with their appointments, with their blood draws and eye, podiatrists, all of those things that they suffer from.
We're really concerned that this funding and the preventative care mechanisms that it provides for, if it goes away, is going to lead to all of the ground we've been able to make up getting set back again. Indian Health Services in general is already underfunded by about half, and we deal with huge disparities in other areas, and you couple those problems with a diabetes problem that we know we're going to have. It's just devastating to lose those resources, those limited resources.
Before there was Indian Health Services in a clinic, you would go to a private practice and the doctor would say, you have type 2 diabetes. These are the things you want to watch out for. These are the things you want to steer away from or you want to increase in. Well, let's be honest. How many of them, if you'd say stay away from starch foods, would actually know what a starch food is? How many people would actually know that starch breaks down into sugar? So if they would have had the resources back then, their attitudes when they were younger would have been different towards what's so important to prevent this type of diagnosis. With the younger children, we can prevent that altogether. We could start early, give them the tools, and then as they get older, then it's a positive chain reaction. Then they'll teach it to their children, and their children will teach it to their children.
What do you think our community would be like if we didn't get SDPI funding and we couldn't fund a meal site or a fitness center or Fit Kids or have a podiatrist come in for our diabetes clinic?
We probably would go back to the way that we were years ago when we couldn't receive any of those benefits. You know, even I know the fitness kids fit program, I think it's called. The kids enjoyed being part of that. I know my little boy does. And now he has his own dish, and he said, Mama, make sure that I have only certain amount of food in each one of my little, it's like a separate little canteen dish that he uses. And it would be almost impossible for us to do anything for ourselves at that time if we didn't have the meal site, if we didn't have the podiatrist coming in to check our feet and whatnot. And I don't know what it would have done for us if we didn't get the programs that we receive today. Maybe an early, lose a lot of people.
It is very important to me for my nation, for our elders, so that they can have a longevity life. It is important for our young people to get on the right track of healthy eating. Obesity, high blood pressure, and these issues are all over in every nation, but it is clearly a problem that has to start with our youth. So by helping our elders, which is wonderful, but we need to get our youth on the right track of eating and proper diets.